what I have here is this 1989 Sears VHS Camcorder. It's currently taken apart at the moment, but I have the pretty side open right now, or closed, I guess. It's stuck open, and I know the reason why. It needs a mode switch alignment, and then it could kind of be back to, like, if someone wanted to use it tapeless, because this only has power zoom, and power zoom don't work on it. It kind of makes the camera freak out and shut down, from what I remember. This thing hasn't turned on since August, when it opened like this and fucking shut itself off. Wonder if that tension band's still good. It looks good. The glue usually fails on 80s units. But, so I've got this shell does not like to stay on at all. So I've got the classic rubber bands in here. This is actually the only Hitachi camcorder I've ever seen that still has a tight capstan belt. Like, this has to not be original. It can't be. This would have disintegrated by now. But, like, it's clearly still, like, if I spin the capstan by hand, it spins up here. So, like, it has to be a repro belt or non-original, like maybe a Matsushita belt. I don't know. But I'm gonna get this mode switch off and align it. I have a service manual online real quick, or open right now, because it's in the eject position, so it's not loaded. Oh, maybe it is a little. I can't tell. No, it's not. It's not in the loaded position, but the cams spin out. These are the cam gears here. They spin out just a little bit. This track goes out, and then it pushes this lever over, which pushes the eject latch out. Also, if you ever want to get your tape compartment open, but the eject isn't working, as long as it's not stuck in this mode, you can just kind of flip that and it'll open. So I'm gonna get that going. So I took the loading mech, which is this thing. It's not clean at all because I was impatient. I didn't clean off any of the belts. Well, I did. The belt on this one was actually fully formed all the way around, but then the second I touched it, it fell apart. So it's got a rubber band for now because I forgot my belts at my dad's. So you have to take this out, and then you can free spin the cogs. And as you can see, it was in this position, which is the eject position, which spins the mech just enough. After this point, you need to push the pinch roller in so that you can continue the loading process. But it was pushed in just enough to cause that switch to be flipped. Oh, okay, never mind. So I guess on this one, the pinch roller doesn't need to be pushed in at all. But there, it's in the neutral position right now. Right here is neutral. Push over, use eject. Of course, got all the fucking lithium grease. And then if I lift this back up, come on, you want to close, there we go. And then flicking that switch opens it up. I'm only having trouble closing because the fucking case gets in the way of it. When it's all put back together, it doesn't have that problem. So I've got the mode switch unscrewed, and I did actually just do this. So it was like that, or like that, which goes into the eject position. However, it needs to be like that, aligned with that little notch. If this thing would ever fucking focus, right there, that little notch. And then it'll just sit right back in here like that, and then I can fits in like that. And I just put the screw back on. I have this fucking ginormous screwdriver that for some reason can do pretty much any screw that I need it to. It can do the little gold screws, these 3 little gold screws that sit on the, that hold this thing in place, which, if I'm putting it back in, it goes just like that, and then all the holes are lined up properly. So I'm going to screw that back in and tuck these wires into the plate, and then we're going to see what happens when I power it up. This is another camera I've been working on. I've been filming that one too. That video is coming out pretty soon, I hope. It's another Hitachi built camera. I don't know why I still, or well, why I was still buying them. So it took me 3 Hitachi cameras before I realized that Panasonic was the king of camcorders. From what I remember from this thing when I got it in August, which it also hasn't turned on since, is that none of the electronic controls worked. Eject never worked. None of the playback ever worked. Using autofocus would shut the entire camera down. So I don't know. So it's not ejecting immediately, which is a good sign. Guessing the camera's not gonna fucking turn on. Or I have the iris closed. Yep. And yeah. Absolutely nothing from anything. Oh, the fucking viewfinder's not even... Wow. Okay, so I am severely mentally disabled. The viewfinder was not plugged in properly. Well, it just wasn't even plugged in. There, now it's plugged in. So now the viewfinder is going to turn on. Also, I don't like this viewfinder. You can't take it off, but it can still unplug for the line-in adapter. So we're going to go ahead and just shut this up so that it's not revealing the mech or anything. So at least somewhat takes the normal shape. Whoa, I just heard the viewfinder turn on. So power's on. This is a CCD, so it's already on. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. And then, so it's in camera mode right now. I wonder, can I manually focus this? Or does power focus work? Okay, so power focus does actually work. Autofocus, however, does not. So I think one of these here, push to focus. Yep, it basically kills. Yep, and then it starts fucking freaking out like that. Probably dry solder joints. Just slap it until it works again. But yeah, fuck this thing. It's going on Facebook. I don't care to fix it for 3 reasons actually. It's ugly as fuck. It's built by Hitachi, and fuck, what was the 3rd reason I was gonna say? Right, zoom doesn't fucking work. It wouldn't be a problem. Like, I don't care about power zoom at all. I never use power zoom anyway. It wouldn't be an issue for me if this thing had manual zoom and manual focus. I used to, like, well, not daily drive, but I still prefer my Panasonic AG100 over my PV200D because it looks cooler. I don't care about autofocus or power zoom. They don't matter to me. But on a camera with no autofocus or with no manual or with no manual focus or manual zoom, I don't want to keep it because I don't want to take this camera section apart for something that's probably going to die on me in like 2 weeks of using it, because these Hitachi cameras, they are mid to late 80s, and Hitachi's parts were absolutely terrible during the mid to late 80s. So I don't want to keep this thing. It's going on Facebook tonight, along with my Super 8 camera, a couple other things I don't want to keep, a couple VCRs I have that I need to get rid of. I wonder what this is.